Hey, mahalo nui Pete, and again, welcome back. Many of Hawaii's forest birds are facing extinction, but there's some good news. Researchers at the University of Hawaii at Hilo are employing a mix of high-tech tools and native Hawaiian traditions to support the remaining populations. Now, here to tell us how via Zoom is Patrick Hart, professor of biology at the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Mahalo for joining us, Professor.
Mahalo. Great to be here.
You know, off air, I was saying if George Clooney and Robert Downey Jr. had like one baby, you are Professor, but you can tell your wife I said that, okay? All right, Professor, I got to ask you, artificial intelligence has been in the news a lot lately, right? Can you explain how it's being used to help monitor bird populations and how does it work?
Sure. Yeah. So, birds communicate with each other through their song, through sound. That's how they can tell who's around and how many there are. And so we're putting out just dozens and dozens of recorders around our forests, and it can record for months at a time, but the sound files are just massive, and humans can't analyze it. So we've trained AI algorithms to help us analyze these massive sound files to tell us where the birds are and how many of them we have left.
Wow, that's very interesting. So the native birds, I mean, they have unique sounds compared to other birds, perhaps on the U.S. continent?
Oh yeah, our birds are so variable in what they say to each other. Each individual sings a different song from each other individual. It's really almost unheard of anywhere in the world how variable our birds are in their song. But that makes it really hard to train the algorithms. So we've been to understand the song. So we've been working with Google, and they created a new algorithm called Perch, which works really well for Hawaiian birds, and it makes us much better able to monitor them than we were before.
Wow, that's amazing because, sometimes we think about like AI being like, the Terminator. So some people actually are afraid of AI, but this is actually being used for good in identifying our native Hawaiian manu. So I got to ask you, so how long does it take for you guys or AI to analyze all that data versus if it was just somebody like a human being doing it?
We could analyze, a whole 2 months of recordings, probably in 10 minutes, something like that.
Wow, that is incredibly quick. So I got to ask you, your team is also working alongside cultural practitioners to uplift conservation efforts. Please tell us about that and that oli that's being created.
Sure. Yeah, that's an important part of what we're doing. I'm part of a group called Ahui, and it's a group dedicated to native bird conservation. And so we learn and help create special oli that we think helps uplift our Hawaiian birds. And so the oli, which is led by our kumu, Kuhi Keali'i Kanaka Ole Ohaililani, it connects each native bird with elements from nature that are thriving, that are doing much better than the birds. And it's just a way of promoting balance and resilience in our bird populations.
Wow, that is so awesome. I love the fact that you guys are combining our native Hawaiian traditions and brand new technology or the technology of today so that we can make sure our manu continue on and we get to enjoy them for years. It's so interesting. How can we find out more or follow along with the good work that you guys are doing, Professor?
Oh boy. Well, we do. Our lab has a website at the UH Hilo. We call it lohelab.org, L-O-H-E, lab.org. That's one way. And then Ahui Manu is another group of. That's our bird lover group. That's led by Kekuhi, and that's the other way, I suppose.
Right on. Professor Patrick Hart from the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Thank you so much for everything you guys are doing to take care of our manu. They are so precious to us and vital to the continuation of our native Hawaiian culture and the perpetuation of our story. So we appreciate everything you guys are doing over there at UH Hilo. Mahalo, Professor.
Thank you so much. Big mahalo to you as well.
We'll definitely come back anytime, all right? Thank you so much. All right, we're going to transition right now. Take a quick break, but before we do that, today is National App Day.